Boom. Hello, Alice Walker.
Hello.
Thanks for coming.
Of course.
So I will ask you some questions in order to interview you.
Sure.
So the camera for the audience is just right in front of you. So if you could just look at it while you're answering your question, it would be nice.
Of course.
So my first question is, what inspired you to write The Color Purple, and what themes or messages did you aim to convey through the story?
Well, The Color Purple was inspired by various personal experiences, observations, but also historical context. Through the story, I aim to explore themes of resilience, empowerment, and the complexities of race and gender dynamics. But most of all, what I aim to diffuse is love, especially woman love, in all forms possible, really.
Thanks. How did your own experiences and observation influence the creation of these characters and their struggles in your book?
Well, I grew up as a black woman in the racially segregated South, so witnessing the struggles of African American communities and living it myself kind of shaped the person I am today. It certainly influenced many of the struggles my characters face, such as discrimination, obviously, but also sexism and violence, even within our own communities. I really wanted to share our reality.
Thank you very much. So your description of strong female relationship in The Color Purple is often celebrated. Why was it important for you to highlight the bonds between women, and what do you hope readers take away from these relationships?
Well, it was important for me because I believe in the power of female solidarity and support. I hope readers take away the importance of searching for these relationships and finding strength in unity. We have to constantly inspire each other and take the best of the people that surround us, just as Sissy did. Her relationships with characters such as Shag and Sophia play significant roles in her transformation, helping her find her voice and embrace herself. This is a really important facet of my book. Empowerment can't be reached alone.
The novel addresses the legacy of racism and its impact on African American communities. How do you believe The Color Purple contributes to the conversation about race and social justice, both when it was published and today?
Well, The Color Purple serves as a powerful exploration of the legacy of racism and its impact on African American communities. When the novel was published in 1982, it was groundbreaking. My book gives voices to silent suffering and exposes the harsh realities of racial discrimination, sexism, and violence. It challenges readers to confront uncomfortable truth about America's history of oppression and the ongoing struggle for equality. Today, the themes of my book remain as relevant as ever. In a society still facing inequality and injustice, it continues to encourage dialogue and inspire activism. It serves as a timeless reminder.
Thanks. So your novel has been adapted into a successful Broadway musical and two movies. What was it like to see your story brought to life on stage and screen? And how do you feel these adaptations have contributed to the legacy of The Color Purple?
Well, it was a surreal and rewarding experience. These adaptations have brought the story to a new audience by making it more accessible, especially to the younger public. It helps amplify even more its message of hope, so I'm grateful for all the artists contributing to my goal.
Thank you. So, in your book, one character's remark, I think it pays God off if you walk by the color purple in a field somewhere and don't notice it. What did you mean by that, and why choosing purple as a representative color of your story?
Well, purple is hope, but it is also growth. It is power, it is femininity and courage. I chose it because of its richness in symbolics, just as every one of us is rich in so many different ways. Through this phrase, I intended to convey the importance of appreciating and acknowledging the beauty present in everyday life, even during struggle and adversity. It serves as a reminder to embrace the beauty around us and to honor it.
The color purple has been both praised and criticized for its emotional honesty and difficult subjects. How did you approach writing about topics such as domestic violence and sexual abuse? And how do you respond to haters?
Well, writing about topics that sensitive required vulnerability and honesty. They may be disturbing and even shocking, but they are aimed to be. It was important to me to describe the raw reality of the victims. Only the brutal way could awaken people. It would have been disrespectful to all the survivors out there to minimize their experience. But what should be remembered, in the end, more than the violence, is the resilience and the love of those people. My book is in fact about healing, not suffering.
Thanks for your message.
Of course.
And finally, what do you hope readers, particularly women of color, take away from The Color Purple, and how do you see its relevance enduring over time?
Well, there's so many things I want my readers to gain from that book, but most of all, I hope people, particularly women of color, find empowerment, validation, and a voice that speaks for them in The Color Purple. Its relevance must endure because it speaks of universal themes of love, resilience, and the human spirit's capacity to overcome adversity, no matter what.
Thank you very much, Alice Walker.
Of course, no problem.